Pod with Meg. All right.
That's amazing.
Hey, everyone. I'm your hostess with the mostest, Megan Lex, and welcome to my channel and podcast. If you're back, you're a nutmeg, and if you're new, unfortunately, you're just a nut. I missed that. All right, so today's episode is going to be very interesting because it's about getting a psychic reading on the spot, basically, and it truly, you cannot make this up. It's so crazy. So let's get into it. And before I get started, don't forget to give this video a big and juicy thumbs up. Hey, and subscribe and turn on your notifications. And yeah, let's get into this episode. Party psychic. Ooh, oh yeah. That's so Megan.
Yep, that's me.
This episode is kind of giving That's a Raven, if you ever watched that. Great show. Alright, so I actually had to bring my diary out for this because I journaled what happened within 24 hours. And so let's see what I wrote. And you guys know I love to get very detailed when I tell a story. So let me make sure. Guys, I really journal a lot. Okay, here it is. Alright. So this was, I want to say a month ago or maybe less than a month ago, this happened. So basically one day I just was having kind of anxiety. I don't know what it was, but I was just having anxiety for some reason that day. And so there's this new club that I've never been to, and you guys know me, I be outside sometimes, I like to have fun, and I like to meet people to come on my podcast, it's for research purposes, it's for the hustle, you know what I'm saying? But anywho, so there's this new club, and basically the synonym for this club name is like mystery, solving a mystery, if you will, you know what I'm saying? So basically, I just was thinking about that club, and I'm like, I kind of want to go there. Like, one of my good friends, like, he's a promoter there, and he's friends with the owner, blah, blah, blah. But I remember we were planning to go that night, and so we're making plans, and I invited two of my other friends, but they both can't make it. And oddly enough, this kind of worked out because I was able to, get my work done and then go to my friend's house. And then we were able to pregame a little bit and then go to this club place, whatever. So I'm getting ready and I'm texting my friend and I'm like, I'm going to come meet you, da-da-da. And I'm running late. Like, I'm supposed to be at his friend's pregame at 10, but I don't get there until 10:40. And we're supposed to be at the club around 11 because, he helps open the club and all that stuff. So I get to the pregame around 10:40, and then we go inside for a little bit. He introduces me to his friends, and we all meet each other, have fun, talk a little bit, chit chat, and do a little prequel for the sequel, which is the club. That was so corny. Oh my gosh.
What's wrong with you?
And one of the guys at the pregame, he's a Virgo, and we have matching Brazil shirts, and it's just it was just such a coincidence. Here's the shirt, by the way. Cute pics. Check them out on Instagram. Follow me at Megan Lex. Let me stop. So anyways, yeah, we go over to his friend's house and then we go to the club. And the club is good vibes. It's honestly giving Gossip Girl vibes. It's very small, intimate, Great Gatsby. I like large parties. They're so intimate. Or I like small parties. Yeah.
He gives large parties, and I like large parties. They're so intimate. Small parties, there isn't any privacy.
But it's giving the opposite, small parties, but it's still giving intimate. It's a vibe. I really like it. So we're at the club, vibing and everything. And it is the DJ's birthday, and the DJ also owns part of the club. This club has a lot of owners. They know what to do, apparently. And so basically, yeah, we're having a fun time, vibing and everything. And then fast forward later in the night, and I see my ex's best friend. He walks into the club. So strange. His energy is everywhere. The Joker, if you know, you know. Look at the other podcast episodes if you want to know more about the Joker saga and my ex and all that crazy drama.
Flashback.
What are the odds that I see him once again? What are the odds? What are the odds, guys? What are the odds? So I'm just looking over and I'm like, oh my gosh. I look at my friend, like, Meg is in a pickle. And so I was like, oh my gosh, there's the Joker. And she's like, stop. And she has only heard about him. She's never seen him in real time. And she's like my cousin. Like, she knows that he drives me crazy. Like, she can see the shift in when I interact with this man. And she's like,
oh no.
and I'm like, oh yes. And I was planning on going to my car anyways to grab something. So I was like, I'm going to my car and I'm going to say hi to him.
End of flashback.
So basically, we hear that the DJ is throwing an after party. And I honestly am very anti after parties. I like to be in bed early. I like to wake up early, be prepared for yoga the next day. I'm not an after parties type of girl. Like, I'm demure. I don't like to be outside too late. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? I'm thinking it's the DJ's party and I love birthdays. DJs, birthdays, music, my favorite things.
Lashes and diamonds, ATM machines. Buy myself all of my favorite things.
So we drive over to the place, but before we go, there's like this group of people who I know my ex. It's so crazy how this world is just so small. And they get in my car, and literally when they get in my car, I see my car go badoosh. And I'm like, not in summer. My car's name is Summer. Me and my friends named it that because it's always summer inside summer. And I got her last summer. So you know what I'm saying? And I always love that name, especially from the OC. If you ever watched the OC. Summer was my favorite character. Love that show.
No way. I'm not gonna be your sloppy seconds, ass face. Besides, I'm busy tomorrow.
And so that was like a little bit of drama, literally giving reality TV, like, where are the cameras? Am I getting punked? Why are you random gremlins and goblins getting in my car? And so I kicked them out of my car respectfully. And one of the girls is like, oh, I'm employed. Like, I can get an Uber. Well, if you're employed, then why are you doing unemployed activities like getting in random people's cars? Excuse me? But, you know, she was being nice. She was like, I respect your boundaries. But I'm just like, why did you cross them in the first place? But anywho, you know, some people, they don't think sometimes. Anywho, fast forward, we go to the after party. Actually, first we go to the pregame house so that my friend can change for his look number 2 of the night. He was so fabulous. I love him. But yeah, so he changes into his second look of the night and then we go to the after party. And so the after party is like, you know, your regular, typical after party. You know, a house, people are there. After midnight, you know how the saying goes, nothing good happens after midnight.
Kids, your grandma always used to say to me, nothing good happens after 2 a.m. When 2 a.m. rolls around, just go home and go to sleep.
But in this case, it was interesting. So basically we're at this house and, you know, I'm vibing, mingling, doing my thing and whatnot. And so I get this urge to go to the bathroom. And it's so interesting because I actually ended up never even having to go to the bathroom. So I'm talking with my friends and I get this urge to go to the restroom. And so I walk towards the front of the house, like towards the lobby, or not the lobby, like the main living room area, because usually that's where bathrooms are, you know, near the door or near the front of the house. And so I'm walking towards the front of the house. These people walk in and it's these 2 guys. One of them is wearing like a gorgeous fur coat. It's faux fur, I hope. I'm not a huge fur girl, but he's wearing this really nice fur coat. And I walk past him and I'm like, oh, and it's the owner of the house, the guy who DJ'd, and this guy in the fur coat and a few other people. So I'm like, oh, hi guys, da da da. I introduce myself, you know, I say hi to the guy who's throwing the party, obviously. I'm like, thank you for hosting. And he's like, oh, no worries. He's super nice, the owner and DJ, love him. And so then I say hi to the guy wearing the fur coat. And I'm like, hi. He's like, hi, I love your energy. You have very good, pure energy. And I'm just like, oh, thank you so much. Appreciate it. And so I reach out my hand and I'm like, what's your name? And he's like, and so I reach out my hand and I'm like, oh, hi, what's your name? And he just goes, and I'm like, what's your name? And all of a sudden, this guy starts giving me a psychic reading on the spot. He literally starts reading me to, not to filth, but like to the divine. And so he's like, God wants you to know that he sees everything. You are a lone wolf. You accepted the fact that you're a lone wolf. God sees all your tears. God wants you to move. Like, God wants you to like live in your best power. And I'm just like, OMG, because all day that day, I was asking for signs about just like what to do with my life and like what to do about my like love life and relationship and everything. Like all day I was literally asking God. I was like, God, please send me a sign for like what I should do, like what my next step should be in my life. I just feel like I have a next step in life that I have to do and I just want a sign on what that should be. And boy, did I get a sign later that night. And so, yeah, he literally, I wrote down everything he said. He said, what's in September? And I just go, my mom's birthday. But now I'm thinking, what is in September? What's going to happen in September? And I found it interesting that he said, you've accepted the fact that you're a lone wolf, because I also was thinking earlier that day how I really do feel like a lone wolf, like a black sheep, and it's so corny, I know sometimes, but sometimes I really do feel like I am very independent, and that can very much stem into being a lone wolf. And he said, God sees all your tears. I'm not gonna lie, I've had times where I've cried a lot, especially when it comes to my ex. Speaking of my ex, he literally goes, don't go back to your ex who's not your ex but is your ex. Why is that? What? And the fact that he's telling me all these things without me ever have meeting this person, without us talking more than a minute, literally he just looked in my eyes and started reading my like soul and energy. It was so crazy. And literally, I kid you not, when he was talking about my ex, the lights started flickering like on and off super fast. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. And I kid you not, there was like a light bulb like near his head. And whenever he would say something, it would like, oop, it would literally like light bulb like switch. It was crazy. But when he was talking about my ex, I was like, the lights literally went dark on and off. And I was like, that's crazy. The lights went dark when you started talking about my ex. And he was like, because he's dark. And I'm like, and the fact that my ex's friend was there, like his energy was there. And later when we're talking, the jeans bitch from that podcast episode, what was it? Cosmic Chance, check out that podcast episode. That jeans bitch, she walks in too, and she knows my ex. Like, the signs were so crazy that night. Everything was just so aligned and in sync. It was crazy. And then he was said, I see you moving. And honestly, like, the only house I see myself moving into is my dream home in Laguna Beach. So love that, because I love the place I live in now. Like, hello, it's my home studio and I love it and everything. I'm so blessed and grateful for the home I live in now. I just love my place and I appreciate it. But my next move would definitely be my dream house when I get married and have my kids. Speaking of kids, he was like, I see a baby in your future. You're planning for a baby. And low key, I have been like, part of why I'm being sober so that I can prepare for being a mom one day when I get married and everything. And guys, I kid you not, next week I'm playing a pregnant woman for an acting gig. So that's pretty crazy that he said that.
My husband and I were going through a rough patch, but after the baby, it really inspired us to work through it. It honestly saved our relationship.
He said, this is your year, 2025, 555. He also said, take the action, the time is now. Be careful with your light. And honestly, that is true. The time is now. You never know what's going to happen tomorrow. And it's so important to take action and, you know, just keep on moving forward. There's so many things. Like, the world is abundant when you really live in your abundance. So I really do believe in that. This was also very interesting. He was saying how he sees me having a singing spirit. He was like, whether you're good or bad, I feel that you have a singing spirit. And you know, I do have my own music, my theme song, that's all me. All my music is available on Spotify, iTunes, Tidal, SoundCloud, wherever you listen and watch music. Check me out. And yeah, it was just so crazy how he literally just gave me a reading right on site, and he just told me so much. And no, he kept on bringing up my ex. He was like, I know you're thinking about your ex right now. And I'm like, yes, I am. And the fact that like his energy was around, people we both knew were there, was so crazy. And honestly, I felt like that was why I had anxiety all day, because I knew that I had something like coming. Like, I knew I had big news waiting for me. And after he told me that, I like kind of just like felt like it was my cue to go. And then once that jeans bitch walked in, I was like, okay, my cue to exit. Because yeah, just energy is very important, and it's very important to be careful with your energy. Like a diamond needs to be protected in its case. It's not touched by random strangers. It needs to be protected until it's in the right hands, and that's how I want my energy to be. And yeah, it was just very interesting, a very cool night. And it just goes to show, when you ask for a sign, you will receive it. Ask and you shall receive. I was asking and begging for a sign basically, and I got one. And I'm so blessed and grateful that I did. And yeah, one thing about the future, it's a mystery for a reason, and it's our puzzle to solve. So I'm really excited for what's to come. It's my birthday month. I turned 26 this year. 20 sexy. Let me stop.
Get it sexy. Get it sexy. Get it sexy. Boy, you know this super fat.
So yeah, I'm always welcoming in wisdom and trying to be the best version of myself. And that's all you can do. And your future is in your own hands. Always remember that. Literally, you are the creator of your own life. So whatever you want, you shall live in it. I was just watching Inception recently, you know, on a little date. And I love Christopher Nolan movies because they really make you think. Even The Dark Knight, it's about Batman and the Joker, but haha, Joker. But it's such a good, deep movie, and I truly love and appreciate all those type of movies and stuff like that. But yeah, life is all about planting seeds in your mind and acting upon your manifestations of what you want. So yeah, we really are the creators of our own life. I cannot believe that happened, and I'm so blessed that that did happen because it did bring me clarity, and it's so crazy that wherever I go, I feel my ex's energy. It's crazy. But what can you do? Everything happens for a reason, and what's meant to be will always be. My favorite mantra right now is what's best for me, manifest for me, and I truly believe that. And it's so funny, I was talking about diamonds because my starfish is named Lady Di, short for diamond, because she's protected in her little aquarium. And yeah, there she is. Love her. She's my lucky charm, my lucky star. And yeah, I love you all so much. Have a great night, day, evening, afternoon, morning, whatever it is, wherever you are. I appreciate all of you guys. Check me out at Meghane Lex on all platforms. Follow me on all my social media platforms right here. I'm feeling a little bit parched. Check out my podcast website, podwithmeg.com. You can get yourself some merch, whatever you want, customized mugs, sweatshirts, shot glasses, whatever you want, you name it, check it out. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to give this video a big and juicy thumbs up.
Hands up in the air.
And subscribe. And turn on your notifications. And yeah, follow me on all my platforms at Meghane Lex and my podcast, Pod With Meg, on all platforms. And yeah, I love you all and I wish you all an amazing future, life, everything. Tonight is a Lionsgate full moon. And yeah, I'm going out tonight. Hopefully, I know it's going to be a good night and good energy and good vibes always. Love you all. Send you all amazing, good energy. And yeah, see you next time. Bye. Toodles. Bye for now. If you're back, you're a nutmeg. And if you're new, unfortunately, you're just a nut. Womp womp womp. Oh, and party psychic. Oh yeah. And I'm just like 2020